The day has come. Remember when we broke down in France? Or more actually when we called the tow truck in France, because we were terrified there's a head gasket leak, and then they didn't diagnose it, they couldn't find one, but they thought there wasn't one, and then there was this horrible squeak. Today, we're gonna fix that problem. After that whole saga, we did a lot of research, we spoke to a lot of people, and also as soon as we got back from that trip, which was about 4 months ago now, I think, we got Alex from Mispronounced Adventures, who always has the right tool to hand and knows what to do with this, to basically check our van with an amp clamp. Did I get that right?
You did? Well done.
Excellent. Yeah, so this is what we found out. Hey guys, we are at the end of Camp Quirky, and we're just gonna try and diagnose some of the problems with the squeaky van we have, with a clampy thingy, whatever it is. Amp clamp thingy, yeah.
Start the engine, or just see if...
Right.
So it's currently doing... just leave that for a second.
Right, leave that, okay.
And this is currently off. So idling 30 odd amps is very normal. So this is the button, right? I click down here. And
It's trying to squeak.
I know. Yeah, that one is 93 amp with the battery charger on and the vehicle running. And I presume if you hit the lights on, it's going to draw more, or if you did anything else, which is going to be kind of power consumption. Yeah, I just bought 113 amp.
Yikes.
So, yeah, larger alternator required.
Okay.
So installing the switch on the DC temporarily fixed the problem, and by fixing the problem, meaning we just turn the DC off.
Well, yeah, we stalled for time.
But now that it's approaching winter and we can't rely on solar so much, and we do have to rely on our alternator to charge the battery, the squeaking is getting worse.
Yeah, even when the switch is off, so the DC is not charging our leisure batteries, we are getting some squeaks, especially around roundabouts, and we're rather conspicuous. There's no such thing as stealth mode for us anymore, because we just squeak our way through every single residential street, and yeah.
So this is our day-to-day to the shops and back soundtrack at the moment.
And if I were to turn off the... There we go, I turned the switch off.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on, so the switch is down here, so I have control over it.
Yeah, but it's not good. So what we're going to do is we're going to put not only a new alternator in, we're going to put a bigger alternator in. Cool. Alternator check.
Are you sure it's the correct one?
Yeah, they're pretty sure. So because we're upgrading it, there's different types of plugs that you can get with the alternators, and they can't actually see the serial number on our alternator, but he said when they were ordering there's 2 types with 2 different plugs, and it looks like the one that we've got is the plug type that's in this box. Oh, these things are heavy. So it's that's the plug that goes into the back of the alternator, and online it looks like it can be that kind of semicircular archway, or it can be kind of an elongated oblong with 4 rounded corners rather than 2.
Is it me, or have they made it unnecessarily complicated? Just have the same type of plug. Okay, phase 5 of Fix the Squeak has begun.
Phase 5?
Yes.
What happened to the other 4 phases?
Phase 1 is when the squeak started. Phase 2 is when we called the tow truck in France. Phase 3 is when Alex troubleshooted it. Phase 4 is when we bought the alternator.
So phase 5 is when we get a random guy who we've never met before to go and fix it. cool.
To be fair, we haven't met most mechanics that have ever fixed anything on the van.
I know, but it sounds cooler when you say it like that.
Let's see. Let's go. Are you ready? What are you up to? Are you excited?
We're no longer going to have to squeak. Sweetie.
I don't think she is particularly bothered.
Come on, listen to the squeak. You don't want this.
I don't care about it anymore.
Hello. Stick it here, yeah. Just to let you know as well, there are 2 cats in the van. We will shut the van. But they are in the van and they...
I actually thought you was holding a dog or something.
No, it's just the camera. The cat's here.
One's there and one's
Hello.
off in the back somewhere.
They're sleeping.
Yeah. If you hear clunking up and down, it's just them running up and down.
I think so far all of you guys have had dogs in the van anyway, so...
This is a new...
Just waiting for a parrot.
Well done. Hey, Chicky baby.
Is the persuasion stick not working?
Our gentle persuasion is not doing much.
How do we look?
Yeah, I don't think that's ever been off.
Which is the new one?
Pretty similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think they're the same. Looks like the same man, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the same port. 140 amp.
Yeah.
Oh,
He said it'll go up in increments of about 20 or 30.
so this is a 180.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like they're in the same position, same bolts. Yeah.
If it's been in there for 150,000 miles, the chances are it's going to be
Yeah,
the bearings
it has
will be dodgy anyway.
It has been in there 150,000 miles. Is that?
Can you hold that, please?
It's your squeak, isn't it? Bearings gone.
Can you hear that?
I heard it. That.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And clutch is gone.
I believe that is a squeak.
Much better. Truth.
Make sure the cats don't go up.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Did it? Well, charging.
She's charging, yeah. Cool. Just let that run a minute, just in case. Yeah. Good to go. Alright.
We have somewhat of a bad news, guys. It wasn't the alternator. I mean, it was the alternator, but it wasn't the alternator. Listen carefully.
Yeah, there it is. Rev it a bit.
I'm not doing anything, it's just increasing its squeaking straight away. Right. The alternator needed replacing because the bearing on that alternator had also gone, and it was low ampage anyway for the amount of strain and the age of the alternator. The alternator was the original alternator that made it 8 years old.
And it's done 150,000 miles.
Yes, so it's a good thing that we did the alternator. However, there is obviously something else squeaking because it's continuing to squeak. Alright, let's try and fix it. Sam, over to you.
Right, so from what we think that we know, if it's not the alternator, then it's definitely another one of the alternator, like one of the belts in the system or one of the bearings that are off and squeaking. When the alternator was replaced, the guy did say that our belts look in pretty good condition, but that doesn't mean it can't be one of the belts. But I have a feeling it's probably one of the bearings. So we've got Polly in the driver's seat, and I'm going to go under in my get-up and go and investigate. And that's why I've got safety goggles. I don't trust spinning belts under vans.
You've been lying on something.
Huh?
You've been lying on something.
Yeah, probably. Right, so the belts and the bearings are just up there. Let me bring you in here. So the alternator, or the belt that attaches to the alternator, is right there. I'll put an arrow. And then we've got some other bearings and belts that, you know, drive the fan. We don't have aircon, so there's not as many as there could have been. But right, Polly, can you start the engine? Make sure it's not in gear.
Okay. We're not in gear.
Excellent. Have a look. Yeah, the alternator's down there. There's the fan in there, which maybe. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Did you figure it out?
Sort of. Maybe.
Great, you sound like any mechanic out there. Could be this or could be that or...
Well, it's...
I can't blame you, but...
I'd say, so I can see the alternator bearing, and then there's another big bearing, and then there's a bearing which lots of things are attached to, like lots of belts, and then one attached to the fan. I think it's the one attached to the fan.
Why do you think that?
Because I went up from below, I came up to the top of the engine and had a look down. Hi cat.
Lumos.
Out the way.
Lumos, you're not wearing your harness. You can't be out. I know you know where you are.
But yeah, I think it's the bearing connected to the fan. Could be wrong. Could be all of the bearings, for all I know.
My question is, I had one, but there was a cat. Right, if it's the fan bearing, do we have to replace the whole fan unit?
No, should just need to replace the bearing.
Because nowadays, when one little thing goes wrong, you have to replace the whole thing. Oh, my battery is gone on my phone. Buy a new phone. Here's another £1,000. That'd be 1,000.
I say we go to
That'd
the
be
mechanic.
1,000.
Let's go to the mechanic this morning, shall we?
Mhm.
All right.
Go pester them and say, could you please tell me what's wrong?
I mean, the thing is also, it doesn't always squeak. It only sometimes squeaks.
She's sneaking.
Yeah, I see her. It only sometimes squeaks, so I guess we have this video footage to show them when it did squeak. All right. I'll be back in a moment.
Okay, yeah, we've left the cat in a secure place just in case you need to jack the van up.
A secure place, like we've left them in a locked box on the side of the road, like secure place.
That's not secure.
Amazon seems to think it's secure.
Well, we have higher standards than Amazon and other delivery services.
Indeed. Anyway, yeah, I'll go and grab a guy.
You better. Yeah. Yeah, there's somewhere safe in case they jack the van up or refuse to drive the van into the garage with the cats in here, because this is a chain. It's not like a private garage where they're like more free.
I see.
What do you see?
Chain garages are bound by what they are and are not allowed to work on. So they don't want to work on it because they don't know what it is. And since it's not a simple, easy fix, they're not willing to
Yes.
guess.
Okay. Let's reconvene.
Very well.
Let's reconvene.